Everybody, Dr. Spoon here, bringing you an easy AFK Abyssal Demon melee guide. Before you start watching this, I want to clarify who this guide is for. This guide is not for advanced or extremely high level players. This guide's purpose is to be able to get people who have 85 plus combat stats and 85 plus Slayer into Abyssal Demon training as quickly and cheaply as possible. If you're an advanced player, I would check out another guide that would have tips that are more geared towards you. But this is for the person who just unlocked the ability to kill these things and that want a really AFK-able fast training method. With this method, I've been able to get 600k XP plus per hour. It's super AFK. I don't really have to pay much attention to what I'm doing in the game, so I can work or play an alt account if I want to while I train. So without further ado, let's get into it. First thing we're going to go over are the requirements. You absolutely have to have 85 Slayer to be able to damage Abyssal Demons. You also need 71 Agility so you can get to the top of the Canifis Slayer Tower to fight them. I would also recommend that you have a spring cleaner that's tier 2000 plus. This is so that you can do automatic high alking and disassembly for the drops that they provide. And I'll go into detail what I'm high alking on the spring cleaner and what I'm disassembling once we get into the live portion of this, because I'm going to show you guys what it looks like actually training here. I recommend you have 85 plus combat stats to be able to kill these efficiently, 92 plus prayer for curses so that you can utilize soul split and reduce how much food you're using and stay there longer. I also highly recommend 96 Herblore so you can make basic overloads. If you have 97 Herblore, I would highly recommend using holy overloads like I do, and I'll show you my gear setup. Inventory wise, what I bring, it's very basic. I bring 2 holy overloads, 2 aggression flasks so that they attack me automatically and it can be truly AFKable. I bring about 18 prayer flasks. These days I bring about 16 because I just don't need 18 anymore. Bring a beast of burden. You can bring a pack yak. I don't have the level requirements for pack yaks yet, so I just bring a war tortoise to carry my extra food. And then for food, I recommend you bring sharks because they're cheap and you really don't need anything better than that to be able to AFK this, because they truly don't do much damage. And with soul split, you're going to be able to heal pretty quickly here. Alternatively, if you don't have 97 Herblore, if you have the minimum of 96, I would recommend you bring 3 4-dose overloads, 2 prayer renewal flasks, or if you want to spend a little extra cash, I would highly recommend getting super prayer renewal potions. What those do are first of all, they renew your prayer points immediately, and over time, over about 5 minutes, they continuously renew them. I also recommend, if you don't have the spring cleaner, bringing high alk runes. You can put those in a rune pouch to save inventory space, but that way you can alk the rune salvage and adamant salvage that these guys drop. For equipment, I don't do or bring much in the way of equipment. My goal here is to get into this as cheaply as possible using non-degradable equipment. I recommend full Bandos or better. If you want to use Malevolent or Torva, feel free to, but I would prefer not to use something that's degradable here. And Bandos, it just gets the job done for me. With this inventory I have, I can stay there for an hour and then go back and gear up again. I would recommend a Nox Scythe. I personally use one. If you can't afford that, good alternatives would be Dragon Rider Lance or Masuda's War Spear. I believe Masuda's War Spear is about 5 mil last time I bought one when I was doing Abyss training. I also recommend you have a Charming Imp so that it automatically picks up blue and red charms. These guys drop a ton of red charms and you're killing them at high volume, so it's a really good way to get some red charms together to train your summoning. I have mine on my tool belt, so I don't have to put it in my pocket slot. If you don't have it in your tool belt or you can't pay for that yet, go ahead and put it in your pocket slot. And then I also have Luck of the Dwarves. Just any ring that you can get your hands on that's within your budget that improves drop rates, rare drop rates, go ahead and take advantage of that, just because you will be killing so many of these. I was actually gifted a Luck of the Dwarves, which is why I have one. Advanced equipment. So if you are a little bit more advanced, I just want to go over some basic stuff here. A great combination of equipment to have is an attuned ectoplasmator and a demon horn necklace. The attuned ectoplasmator, what it does is it scatters ashes whenever demons drop ashes. these guys drop ashes, so it'll scatter them. The Demon Horn Necklace, whenever you bury bones or scatter ashes, it actually renews prayer points for you. So in combination with the attuned Ectoplasmator, you'll be able to functionally have infinite prayer points. For my bar setup, my attack bar, I'm using Revolution++, so it automatically triggers all abilities, thresholds, and ultimates in my attack bar. Going kind of from left to right here, I have Hurricane, Quake, Smash, Cleave, Meteor Strike, Dismember, Sacrifice, Sever, and Overpower. You want to have a lot of AoE effects. You want to have a lot of AoE attacks in this so that you can do as much damage to as many Abyssal Demons as possible. And lastly, some helpful auras you can have. I use both of these whenever I'm training here is Vampirism. And what Vampirism does is it heals you for 5% of all your damage output. It lasts an hour. It takes 3 hours to cool down and reuse. And then you can also use Penance, which gives you 5% prayer points for all your damage output. So if you output 100 points of damage, you get 5 prayer points back. And that one also lasts for 1 hour and has 3 hour cooldown. That was the quick rundown of what you need to do this at the bare minimum, how to get started really quickly. So the next part of this video, we're going to be going in and actually fighting these things. I'm going to fight them for an hour. I'm not going to make you watch an hour, but I'm going to show you how much XP I got in that hour, what the drops were like, how much I got from auto-alking the drops that they have, and hopefully by the end of this video you'll be able to just jump straight in to fighting Abyssal Demons AFK while you do your homework or your work or listen to music or watch The Office. I don't know, but I hope it helps you. When you're ready to begin your fight, you want to teleport to the Canifis lodestone. Hopefully you have that unlocked. If not, go ahead and unlock it just for easy access here. And we're going to go to the Canifis Slayer Tower. It's going to be northwest of the lodestone. It's this big guy right here. And once you get over there, I didn't have this in my little slideshow at the beginning of the video, but recently they added a resource dungeon here. It requires 100 Dungeoneering. I don't have that, so I can't access it, but it has extra Abyssal Demons and Dark Beasts down there in the case that the Abyssal Demons upstairs are taken. But before you start, really easy thing to do, and I'm just going to eat one of my sharks here so that I have inventory space. Go ahead and pick up a contract for 200 Abyssal Demons. You can get 170k coins whenever you finish it. You'll get it super quick. And so there we go. We have the contract. So now we're going to go into the Slayer Tower. And I'll show you how to get to the top of the Slayer Tower, because when I first did this, I was a little bit confused. Luckily, the people who were helping me during my stream were able to talk me through it. If you haven't already, go ahead and check out my Twitch. It's twitch.tv/thedoctorspoon. I have to go ahead and throw some self-promo in there. But we have a good time over there. You get to see me flounder around some. So you're going to go up one floor, and then you're going to go to the northwest corner here and climb up the stairs. And then you see this little green arrow on the mini-map. You're going to go over to that. And there are some Abyssal Demons down here, but I just recommend using the ones up top. Go ahead and cross the plank. This is where that 71 agility comes in. And then you're going to have a staircase right here, and you want to climb that. So as you can see, these are very popular. So there's someone here. I recommend hopping to low population worlds until you find an empty one. You will find an empty one, I promise, but we're going to go ahead and start hopping worlds. So I may cut the video until we find a world that works. When it comes to the spring cleaner, go ahead and go to the salvage tab, and you're going to adjust your settings so that you have certain things being high-opt by your spring cleaner and certain things being disassembled. So when it comes to having stuff high-opt, what I do is I do all rune items high-opt, and then I do the 2 largest adamant salvage items high-opt. Make sure you add charges to your spring cleaner for this, and check grand exchange prices to make sure that the high-opt value of the items you select is higher than the cost of springs. This can change, but as of right now, these items have more value than the springs do. The rest of the items I make sure are set in disassembly mode. So with that, you can go ahead and get started, and we'll get into actually fighting these guys. Okay, so we found a world. I had to hop about 5 times, but it really didn't take that long. So right before you get started, you want to go ahead and pot up your overload. You want to get your soul split on, and then go ahead and drink your aggression flask, and these boys will start attacking you. It might take a couple seconds for it to kick in, but there we go. Make sure you have auto retaliate on, and you should be set for the next hour. Just make sure every 5 minutes you repot your aggression. Every 5 minutes, 6 minutes, you repot your overloads. Keep an eye on your prayer points, and you'll be set. You'll be good. I would recommend maybe at the end of your aggression timer, go ahead and pick up the loot around you. Make sure you have area loot on so that you can just click and see what's in 3 tiles around you. And at the end of this too, we'll see how much, we just alked something. We'll see how much money we made from alking in an hour, how many charms we got, and how much XP we have earned. So we started at 6.6 mil, let's say. And I'll see you guys in an hour. Okay, so we got 13 seconds left on our Holy Overload here. The way I measured time was I just took 10 doses. They're 6 minutes each, so that brings us to 60 minutes. So once that expires, we're going to run down the stairs here, and we're going to see kind of what we got. All right, overload has expired, so let's split. I'll turn off my my soul split. So when we started, we were at, I wrote it down, 6.53 mil total attack XP. Now we're at 7.263, so we got about 710k XP. So I know I said 600k plus. There might be some variance hour to hour, but you can definitely expect 600k plus XP per hour. In this case, we got 710k XP, and we went from level 92 to 93 attack, which is really good. Maybe I should make more of these kinds of videos, and maybe I'll max out soon from doing it. But what we do want to do is head downstairs so that we can turn in our Slayer contract. And then we'll go over some finishing things here, just so that we can discuss kind of adjustments you may need to make to match your playstyle, because everybody has a different playstyle, and I'm even going to be making adjustments to how I go about training here as well. Part of reaching the maximum efficiency you can for your level is going to be consistently auditing yourself, seeing how many supplies you used, how many you need to bring next time, and through that you should be able to achieve maximum efficiency for yourself. Of course, your mileage may vary because everybody has different levels. You may be starting this at 85 combat stats, 96 combat stats. I don't know where you're starting, but by self-auditing, you can guarantee you're getting the most XP per hour that you can. So I'm going to accept the cash here to offset some of our inventory costs. So including the contract and using the spring cleaner to automatically high alk salvage drops, we got 1.6 mil cash. That's definitely covered our costs of potions and our costs for springs. We only used, I started with 500 springs. We only used 114 springs, it looks like, in that. So we definitely made a profit. We got 309 Crimson Charms that hour, so it's a really great way to earn charms and get, that 600k plus XP per hour. So for me, if I were to audit myself right now, I know that I brought too many prayer flasks this time. So I used 5, let's call it 5 prayer flasks in an hour. So I know if I want to be here for 2 hours, I only need 10 prayer flasks. Let's see what we did for sharks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then, so we used 9 sharks. So if I wanted to be here 2 hours, I would need 10 prayer flasks, 18 sharks, which can be held in my Beast of Burden. And I could bring 2 extra Holy Overloads and 2 extra Aggression Flasks. And I think that would be, I would have enough inventory space for that. I also would recommend bringing an upgraded gem bag, because I totally forgot that these guys drop gems, but it's a great way to store your gems without having to put them in your inventory. So hopefully you guys found this guide helpful. I'm fairly new to this method, but I just wanted to help anybody out who may be being introduced to this training method soon, or is just got 85 Slayer, knows about this method, but wanted to see an easy way to get into it without breaking their bank or without having to, get items like the Demon Horn necklace, which takes forever to get. If you did find value in this, feel free to hit that subscribe button, hit a like, and leave a comment for me. Hit a like. Please don't hit a like, leave a like, and leave a comment. And if you have any extra tips, I'm sure other people would get value out of that. Leave it in the comments. You can check me out at twitch.tv/thedoctorspoon. I stream there pretty frequently. We have a good time, and you get to see me mess around and mess things up a lot. But RuneScape is a game where you're constantly learning something new, so that's what makes it fun. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you.